Kvetching about crypto. Kvetching about crypto. Kvetching about crypto. Kvetching about crypto. I don't wanna live in a New York City. Don't want a life in a Mexico. Don't wanna live in a 3 Mile Island. Don't wanna see my skin all glow. I don't know. Tell it to him now. I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna go when that theorem blows. Check it out. Commence to kvetchment. Okay, so if you guys are following this channel, we made kvetching about crypto. We made crypto is gonna lead to the C word. We made kvetching about crypto too. So you're probably wondering, are we still kvetching about crypto? The answer is yes, but we actually have crypto now. So let me give you a quick update. We are artists. So when somebody tells us you could make money selling your artwork, that's basically what we wanted to do since we were little kids, before we could even remember, because we both draw. I'm talking about me and Eric. And that being said, we heard about NFTs. Well, I heard about NFTs in January of this year. Now, an NFT, non-fungible token, basically you're able to sell something on the blockchain, which is a thing that keeps records. For people who don't know, the blockchain is like a debit card. It records every transaction. The NFT is something other than actual currency that you could put on the blockchain, record every transaction. Right now, if we're talking about OpenSea NFTs, all that is a link to a picture. But we found out how to put our pictures on there and sell the links to the pictures as NFTs. Now, obviously, this is something with no intrinsic value whatsoever. It's something you could just right click. But the cool thing about it is a community, just like the hypebeast community, the toy collecting community, or what would be something that like maybe someone older, really older would identify with. The trading card, like a baseball card collecting community or coin collecting community. NFT is the same thing. This penny that's all fucked up from 1915 doesn't have any more value than the copper and the value we've assigned to it of a penny. Unless you're a penny collector, then you know it's a double print 1950 C edition or whatever, and it's worth $15,000 to your community. And you might buy it for your collection, or you might buy it to sell to someone else when the value goes up. So that's essentially what all this fuss about NFTs is. But we happen to actually sell some NFTs. And I'm not saying this to brag, but I do have a channel, Kvetching About Crypto is one of the series on that channel. So I'm going to kvetch for a minute and explain to you the situation. And I'm making this really to inspire other people who could be artists. Let's talk about crypto in general. This is something the government gave us because society is getting replaced by Amazon, Walmart's, and that's it. There's Amazon, there's Walmart, there's McDonald's, okay? We're already basically at that point. The next step from there is a robot cooks your chicken nuggets, a robot freaking sends your Amazon, and Walmart's just done. Replaced by Dollar General. That's on its way out too. Then, okay, say you can't cook, you're gonna get a meal to your house, HelloFresh or whatever. They're gonna make a robot make it. Okay, so now there's no more jobs. So the government's in a little bit of a situation. Now the government is run by the devil, but the devil can only do what God wills. So ultimately, this is God's will. But the devil's sitting there saying, how can I get these people's souls to go to hell? If I was to just give them all Social Security and give them all free money, they would end up in a situation where money would have less value, and they would probably eventually learn to budget their money and just, live in a utopia. So we can't just give them money. What we can do is make ways to make money out of nothing. which is crypto and NFTs. I mean, you can literally start with $50, put it in a micro altcoin, something that has to do with the metaverse, something that has to do with gaming. And if you did your research and spent enough time, and you could do this probably even at the library, as long as you have a bank account, this is possible. Of course, there's some people who can't get a bank account, but those people would fall into the group that are going to get Social Security. For the vast majority, the middle class, you are out of jobs. You're done. School is going to be replaced with going to school on the internet, and it's going to be a robot that's probably a deep fake or a hologram or whatever, or, AI. Robot that's probably a deep fake or a hologram or whatever, or, AI that teaches your children. So once every job is done, there's still going to be policemen. There's still going to be doctors. Whether they help or don't help is really, situational. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. Who knows? But at the end of the day, we're going to run out of all those middle class jobs. If you have a restaurant right now, you might get a good 10-year run, but you're going to have to compete with people getting the same meals mailed to them, the same things DoorDashed from fast food industries. Like, all this stuff is not going to work. It's all gone. So that brings us to crypto. If you give the people, the main part of the herd, the middle class, the opportunity to compete in wealth against each other, then you've created basically a digital version of the workplace. It, of course, doesn't require physical work, but all the more better. It really requires mental work. And I say all the more better because this agenda is being rolled out by the devil. As far as I know. I imagine if God wanted to, he would stop it, but he's not stopping it. So glory be to God, because that's his will. So the government is giving us, the devil is giving us crypto. As a person on Social Security, I could care less about it, but I don't want to stay out of the loop. And I happen to have made a little bit of crypto. I now have 0.21 Ethereum. I will tell you my predictions. Now, first of all, I first heard about crypto in 2012. That was when I was in college. Everyone was buying drugs off the deep web, and that was a way to supply stash to them that they would then sell back to me at a marked up price. So I initially grew interested in it, but when I heard you had to attach a bank account to it, I became quite skeptical. And I was right. At actually, like 2 semesters into this, there was a bust in the town, and everyone who had that bank account getting crypto in it was actually like put under surveillance, kind of. So moving forwards, crypto kind of died out to me for a couple years. I didn't really think about it much, but I did have a friend that became obsessed with it, and he made a little bit of money, and then he fell into a crypto scam. The scam was called FTMO, funded trading, and they would tell you they're going to fund you as a trader if you could pass this test that they made up on this app, and it would cost $500. He put a lot of money into it, and he eventually passed the test, but the truth is, you don't really become a funded trader. The app remains the demo version, and they just kind of run you in circles, and you eventually just fail within a couple of days. They say you're not making enough money, and you take the test again. It's an endless scheme. But anyways, while he was doing this, as a friend, I wanted to help him. He was actually my neighbor and a friend from college, and I would kind of like try to get into crypto to pick his brain apart. So I started following all the main channels. The only ones I really pay attention to now are Crypto Savvy and Alex Becker's channel. I love Alex Becker. He's ex-military, Marines. I like his tell it how it is attitude. And I like Crypto Savvy because he uses the Fibonacci sequence. So we decided we would sell some NFTs. I heard about NFTs while I was in the mental home in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And I happened to have CBC radio on, and I was listening to it. I love CBC Radio. They have a Native American Day on Mondays where they play stuff from the Native Indigenous Canadians. They have wonderful like channels talking about art, talking about stuff that happened in the Middle East. I honestly listened to that radio 24/7 while I was in a 14-day quarantine because if you come into the mental home homeless, they have to quarantine you right now because of reasons, that I don't need to explain because the video would just get taken off. So I heard about NFTs and I was like, wow, this is great. I have already a cartoon series that I can't really put out. So I thought maybe I'd put it out as an NFT. I like the idea of selling pictures. So we struggled with it, eventually figured out how to do it. One of the tricks I'm going to tell you is you can list anything for free as long as you list it in Polygon on OpenSea instead of Ethereum. Polygon is something that runs off the Ethereum blockchain, and it limits the amount of people who are going to buy your stuff because Polygon is a little bit harder to get than Ethereum, but it does enable you to list it for free and you don't have to pay anything until you try to take the money off. Then you need to have a little Ethereum in your MetaMask wallet. So we managed to sell a couple NFTs. At first, it wasn't much. We got 20 here, 20 there. We worked it up to 100, but then we sold 2 for 200. Now I'm telling you this, not trying to brag, just trying to inspire other artists and other people to get into this. So right now we're at 0.02 Ether. Now my theory is that Ether is going to take over Bitcoin. Everyone has these NFTs now. Johnny Depp, Justin Bieber, Jimmy Fallon, Paris Hilton. The next only left is Drake and Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Barack Obama or Trump or something, whatever. They're all on the Ethereum network. Now, for the mindset of the people, there has to be Ethereum overtaking Bitcoin because they put too much work into this to keep going with Bitcoin when there's NFTs and they're only available on blockchains like Ethereum. Out of the big ones, it's basically Ethereum. There's Solana or Cardano or something like that. Who cares? Everyone's about the Ethereum ones. They have Ethereum too. They say they're still working on it. It's probably done. It's probably been done for hundreds of years. I mean, come on. The devil is the one rolling out this plan, not humans. But they're not going to drop Ethereum too because Ethereum is already the network all those things are on. So they need that in the minds of the people to go above Bitcoin. Then everyone's going to say, wow, Bitcoin happened again. Another thing went from $2,000 to $60,000. I got to try again. There'll probably be a third wave, just like there was Nintendo, Sega Genesis, then PlayStation, right? Am I right? And then Xbox. Yeah. So it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep repeating itself. And in a way, it's a good thing. When we buy sneakers, we buy shoes, we buy them because we like the colors. When we buy like an outfit, we buy it because we like it. Crypto is taking out the material aspect of that and just buying nothing. But you might like the technology or you might think you'll make money. And NFTs is the same thing. It's taking out the physical thing. You're just buying something for the sake of buying it, but it might be worth something to other people who do that. And my advice for everyone is if you're an artist, if you're a musician, if you make videos, heck, even if you have one picture you drew in your lifetime and you think it's good, put it on OpenSea, list it in Polygon, get on that wave, because you need to constantly reinvent yourself. That's just part of life. And this is going to be the wave until society collapses. The Googs and Magoogs are going to invade, and they're going to C-word everyone. But for right now, they're basically handing out free money. And if you don't want that, there's always Social Security, and they literally are handing out free money. So it's your choice, but I advise people who are working any kind of job that could be replaced with a mail order service or a robot to seriously look into crypto because it's rolling out and there's no stopping it. The pendulum has to swing that way in order to swing the other way. And that's basically where we're at. Oh yeah, to kvetch for a second, it's really fucking annoying learning this shit. But once you get it, it's actually pretty easy.